What's going on, guys? So we got a quick little install and unboxing video for you guys for a roll cage. Huge shout out to SOS Customs. They painted the cage, I think it was a Midnight Purple 2. That's what we went with from the R34. So yeah, check it out. Alright guys, so the following scenes, I ended up just doing a general video of how I installed it with the roll cage installed. Now that I'm going to put videos, clips after that of the process and stuff. So if you guys are like, oh, it's all out of order, that's why, so. Just to give you like a quick overview, step by step how I did it, because I don't got a cameraman. So at first, the big piece right here, what I ended up doing, some people peel the carpet and all that deal, and I didn't do any of that. So what I did, I was by myself. So the big piece right here, I ended up opening both doors, slowly, I'm going to pretend this camera, the phone I'm holding right now to record this, it's the roll cage, right? So, one like this, slanted down, slowly, have it sideways like this. Then once I have it all the way in, I pushed it, lifted it up like that. And that's where I got it to the standing up phase, right? So once I got to a standing up phase, it was obviously it was like rubbing the ceiling a bit. So then from there, I marked I kind of seen right here. So if you touch your carpet, guys, if you do it deep enough, you're gonna feel like a little bump right here. And after that, over here, after that bump, it's literally all flat, and that's exactly where you want to mount it. So let me see, let me show you guys. So you see this bump right here? Literally right here is where I mounted mine. So I still gotta put the bolts in, but this is where you want to put it. But don't bolt it down yet, I ended up cutting too much. So yeah, it's from experience, guys. Your roll cage is gonna go right here. So once I found out that, I ended up just cutting away. I just cut it pretty big, just to be conservative. But once I found out that it's below this bump, I did the same thing on the other side, so I didn't have to cut all this excess stuff, So that's some reference for you guys if you guys are doing this. Just cut a little bit, not a lot like I did. Once you find that bump, just cut right on the edge right there. Cut as a square right there. So that's that. It's gonna cover up with the floor mat and stuff. So then from there, in my case, I had to sand down that piece right here, where the slide connects to, and then put in some anti-seize just to kind of lubricate it, make it slide on perfectly fine. And then from there, you don't have to do this, but what I did, I ended up tapping every single one, 7/16, 14 tap, every single leg. I'm using grade A bolts. Some people just drill the hole straight through. You're gonna have a little bit of wobble, nylon nut through the back. But what I ended up doing, I tap at each one. I'm gonna use probably some red Loctite. And then from there, I'm gonna put the sandwich plate in the bottom with the nylon nuts, tighten it down, and still run a bead of weld on the opposite end of the plate to fully secure it in case those bolts ever shear off. They shouldn't, but you never know. So that's that, guys. Pretty simple overview. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, hit up my Instagram channel or my Instagram account. I'm gonna put them right here, or I'm gonna put them in the description below or the bio below, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys, and I'll keep you posted, and peace out. Alright guys, now that we're also installing it, we're gonna go ahead and install these harness reels. So basically, instead of having, your regular harness bar, this is why I intentionally got this roll cage to properly mount my harnesses. So usually some people have their zip ties around, they're zip ties. Their harnesses wrapped around the harness bar, and they usually just zip tie it. I went the nicer way, I guess. It just makes it a lot more clean. these automatic harness wheels, so they kind of rotate whenever you take out your harness or whatever, and just a lot cleaner than having a zip tie on there, you know. So yep. All right, just got these mounted up. Man, these look so good. So I'm gonna wrap those harnesses here in a bit. Let me just try to drill the holes on the bottom here and get this bolted on here, and if that, I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, so right here, this marquee, obviously pretty straightforward, you know. Use a step bit probably, or I'd probably use one of my drills to start it. I use a step bit to open up the hole a bit bigger. Pull it through there. Then the only tricky part is that I had to put this leg on there, yeah, because kind of, how to explain this? When I put it in there, it's kind of goes in kind of crooked. So we're gonna try to wiggle it in there and see if we can figure this out.
Don't feel the fall.
No way. There's no way.
Hoping the water rises.
I ended up I tapped every single leg, every single stand where that plate's at. Tapped every single hole just because, you know, instead of having that hollow, just drill that hole just straight through. It actually has some threads to grip onto, right? So what I'm gonna end up doing once I'm completely done with this thing, put the bolts in there. Now after that, put the plate underneath, the sandwich plate. Now after with nylon nuts. Now after that, I'm gonna run a bead or weld, 2 beads on the opposite end of the plate, just to reinforce it, to secure it, you know, just to be 100%. A lot of people just, with the bolts and stuff, it should be fine. But, you know, I just want to have that extra level of security just in case or whatever, you know. So on each leg, on each plate, I'm going to end up run 2 beads of welds, and we'll call it good. But for now, I'm just going to call it good. I mean, just for the sake of this video, I mean, it looks really good. This is the authentic, genuine paint for the R34 Skyline GTR. That limited edition color, special edition color, whatever it is. So it has like a blue, out there it kind of shifts to purple and it shifts to a green. So it's just insane. See, as soon as you walk around, it's just insane. It's amazing. So we got a little bit of some titanium hardware on here. Tap each leg. And then for these harness, oh my God, I can't talk. These harness reels, I got them pretty mocked up for the most part. It's just this one right here is kind of crooked like this. I think it's because I mounted onto the bin right here, which kind of sucks because I'm gonna have to move it more that way. And you know, because it's right on the edge right there. Because initially I first wanted the straps to come out straight, but it looks like it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to move this one aside that way and bring that one in, and they're gonna be like in a V shape. I believe that's how it's supposed to be initially. I have to look it up. You know, it's my first time running harnesses, so I'm still a rookie. But it is gonna see, you can kind of see right there where it kind of clamped onto, kind of smushed the paint in there. So I'm gonna have to. That sucks. Probably put a sticker or something on there, something, you know, that won't be too noticeable. Which, you know, mistakes happen. Oh well. This is the front view of it. Let's wait to the top. And I'm also still waiting for my shifter boot, my e-brake boot, my armrest, my rear seats. They're also getting custom Alcantara done in Japan and all this other shit. And also I'm still waiting for my custom steering wheel. It's really annoying because I've been waiting for the back seats, the shifter boot, the steering wheel for over a year and 2 months. So hopefully I can get that soon. So, because the car just looks weird just without the rear seats and stuff, you know. So but yeah, let's see. Also for these parts right here, the trim pieces, I might end up doing them in carbon fiber. That's why I took them off. But once I get them done in carbon fiber back, I'm gonna slap them back on. I've seen some people that they usually just take this off, delete it, but I mean, I don't want to expose all these cables, right? So all right guys, so that's basically it for this video. I'm exhausted. Got all dirty, which I mean, I really don't care. But it's been a long day, so yeah, I installed that. That was only gonna take like 30 minutes. I don't know why I thought that, but man, it takes a lot of time to, you know, squeeze that roll cage in there and mock it up, bolts. I am using grade 8 bolts. I was gonna get titanium bolts for like the legs, but I mean, I just want to be safe. I'd rather just run grade 8 bolts. Running these right here, so a lot safer with that. And with the bead of will I'm gonna run on the side of the plates will be good. So other than that, I'll keep you guys posted whenever I get the seats and the steering wheel and all the other stuff in. I do appreciate you guys' support. You know, I'm at 140 subscribers. Let's get it up, guys. Let's get it up.